Welcome back to the Play On podcast with Jesse and Jerry. It only took 100 episodes for me not to stutter on that anymore. This is episode 124. Um, we have a couple of news regarding FIFA, Marseille, and transfers. So we're going to get straight into it. Jesse, I'm an Infantino supporter. I need him
Not surprised.
to
Not
have
surprised.
full
Not
control of
surprised.
FIFA, and everyone should place their bid for their World Cup spot.
Not surprised. The way it's looking. I'm not surprised you support him with Mexico now saying, well, it's being leaked that the reason why Mexico supported Infantino is because he promised them a spot in CONMEBOL, allowing them to leave CONCACAF.
And I think that's the most beneficial thing for Mexico. I think that's why they studied it. I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's still going to get his seat removed because everyone in Europe seems to be aligned to get him out. Same thing with CONCACAF, only barring Mexico. I'm interested to see what happens with the what's it called? What's the Asian one?
I was about to say AFCON, but
No,
that's Africa.
we
It's
have to see what happens with the AFCON.
I think AFCON. Well, AFCON this was sketchy because he was trying to lure Morocco in by promising the next World Cup final in Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, but also Morocco is not shined upon by the rest of Africa after the the trophy they got afterwards, which was handed to them by FIFA.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll be a good look for them.
It's gonna be a hard sell.
Yeah, what is the Asian one called?
I forgot what it's called. But
I gotta look it.
yeah, we got to see what's gonna go on with them. They all seem aligned. Well, at least Europe and CONCACAF, barring Mexico, that they want Infantino out. But yeah, the reason I like it now is because, of course, Mexico gets to join CONMEBOL. I feel like Mexico benefited so much when they were playing Copa Libertadores, Copa Americas. They got a higher level competition, and it just helped our development when it comes to our country's ball playing skills. But it's fantastic.
It's called AFC, Asian Football Confederation.
But yeah,
And they have aligned themselves with UEFA and CONCACAF.
yeah. So pretty much this guy's gonna get kicked out instantly. So Mexico, you probably should have just said no, just so you don't look bad. Um, yeah, it might be chalk. We'll see what happens if there's any repercussions for like teams joining them.
Oh, there for sure is.
What kind of repercussions do you think there'll be?
I think it's gonna be certain. They're just gonna find dirt on them and try to find them in certain aspects and things like that. Because I don't think they're gonna fully try to what is it? What's the word? It's just make it out for them. But there certainly can be some smaller repercussions to be some lashings to make sure they stay in line and try to because it's usually what happens when a new power takes over. Mm-hmm. They're just gonna be yeah, we understand you were aligned with the other one, so because of that, you're gonna get some demerits for that.
Yeah, but Infantino, this was a very bold move of you. I'm glad it got leaked because clearly none of us wants this. It's very unpopular. As much as I'm trolling about Mexico being part of what is it, CONMEBOL?
CONMEBOL.
No, I still it doesn't make sense. Really selling your seats for no reason. But
yeah, because it doesn't benefit any of the countries. It doesn't benefit football. It just benefits the people that are going to be making more money, which would have been him and his board that he was taking over.
Yeah. Plus, already the World Cup bidding process, it's already pretty shady as it is because there is money being thrown around.
Yeah, whoever gets awarded is basically whoever pays FIFA the most money is the one that wins the World Cup.
Yeah, there's a bunch of favors that go around. I remember one time I think it was the 2018 is the last one, but a member of CONCACAF, I don't know what nation he was part of, but he had so much influence they needed that person's vote, and they were just showering him with gifts, and to see whoever had the better gift, that's who he would vote for the World Cup bid. There's a good documentary on Netflix about that. I forgot where it's like Dirty Money FIFA or something. But
Well, even there's the one about the 1986 World Cup about Mexico. Like when Mexico won the World Cup bid, even though it's dramatized, it's like there's some truth into it of like because they did research about how Mexico won that bid, how basically what's his name Esparraga
mm-hmm.
had people go over there and because it looked like the U.S. was gonna get it because they even had Pele on their side again to get favors and they basically had to like grease some wheels to be able to get the vote to hold the World Cup. So it just shows that like the process of getting that's nowhere near clean.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any cleaner with just selling the seat. But
Yeah, but I find it funny of how we're finding out so much about Infantino because especially because he came from UEFA and UEFA's like his prime enemy right now. It's like they're like, "What are you doing, man? You should be helping us." Instead, you like completely switched over, and they're like, "You know what? Just to take you down, we're gonna like, what was it? The kamikaze strike." They're like, they're dealing damage to themselves because they're leaking of how corrupt he was even when he was on their side. How like they helped cover up some of his because he had when he was like what general secretary or something like that. He had a mistress that was like wasn't very HR friendly because she was below him, and to pay her off after he was done, with the affair or the entanglements, whatever you want to call it, uh, they had to pay her off, and they took money from a grassroots football program. So
Jesus Christ, you just see how dirty it is. It's just because it's just so many structures, so many people to pay, so much money floating around. It's insane. So hopefully it gets cleaned up. I think if anything, the World Cup bidding might be cleaned up a little bit, not as much as like what you just said. There's still like favors being thrown around. I know UEFA, like you said, they're airing their dirty laundry. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more than just Infantino. There's probably people with like within their board. Who used to be the UEFA president? Was it Sefrin? But I know he wasn't very liked amongst some football clubs because they felt like they were favoring a lot of other teams when it comes to certain rulings. But yeah, what can you do? This is FIFA.
yeah,
But speaking of money, Marseille seems to be in trouble too. These French clubs can't seem to have their books balanced, and they seem to be in trouble, Jesse.
yeah, and it's funny because it's always related to U.S. owners. Because last year was Lyon struggling with potentially being relegated to Division Two or is it League Two, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, losing most of their squad to fill in for the financial losses. They found a way around it and were able to stay up. But now it's Marseille in a similar situation where they were fined and they're like almost potentially stripped of European football because they qualified for it. And it sort of makes sense why Roberto Zerbi like sort of left because he was like he probably saw the writing on the wall. He's like, yeah, fire me because I'm not staying for this train wreck. Because yeah, this summer they are only one of two clubs that haven't bought a single person, and the other one's sort of understandable because it's Athletic Club, and they like have a very small pool of players they can go after. But Marseille, they haven't signed anyone, and they've sold a lot of players to make up for that deficit that they have to make up for, which was like 150 million around there. They sold Mason Greenwood, Hurley to Man City. Hoiberg is going to Newcastle. They sold their center back to I can't remember
The
another
Hoiberg
Premier League club.
situation got messy, I think. Like the move got called off, but there's certain things going on that a move might be made, but not to Newcastle.
But they're just selling the rest of the squad, and they're like not making up for it, which is crazy because last season they were like one of the top competitors to PSG,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're losing out.
And even like during the mid-season point, they were still kind of competing for it, but yeah, things started shedding. The light started shining in dark spots, so I think people started panicking. The Zerbi firing happened. Yeah, just a lot of bad things. But
And it sucks because there was a couple of like this was like the Zerbi's like what second or third year with them, and like it was a really good project that people were like shining light on. It's like, oh, this looks like a project for Marseille. A couple players went there, like Timothy Weah, because he went from Juventus to Marseille because it looked like a fun project, and now he's like, where's everyone?
I know. Now he's stuck in a side that doesn't seem to be competing for much next season. Just maybe just staying up, but even then, that's going to be difficult.
Yeah, especially with no recruitment and then losing your best players, that's tough.
Just a thinned out squad with more than likely academy players and trying to make it through and survive.
Yeah.
Insane. But yeah, trouble doesn't end there when it comes to money. More American owners because Jeff Bezos, he's American, right?
But yes, he's I think from Seattle.
So he seems to be interested in football, soccer, and looks to be buying a minority stake. I say minority, but 30% is a lot into Liverpool.
Well, it's not just him. It's a group. It's a group led by. It's like a consortium,
Mm-hmm.
and he's part of it. He's like one of the big names on it because I think he's probably putting like probably like majority money in there. But it's led by someone else. I can't remember the name, but yeah, they're the ones buying into Liverpool.
I want to know how Liverpool fans feel about this because it's pretty much another private equity group buying them because they already had what Fenway Sports into them. LeBron James famously is owner of Liverpool, and now another group of ownership is going to come through as well. So it's going to be a bunch of butting of heads, in my opinion. So we'll see how it pans out for them.
Yeah, it's a consortium led by Amit Bhatia. So he's like the figurehead, but it also includes him and then also Facebook co-founder Eduardo. What's his name? Saverin. You remember him? He was played by Andrew Garfield one.
Mm-hmm.
He famously escaped the U.S. because he didn't want to pay any taxes on it, and he went to like I think I want to say Malaysia.
And now he's going to be owner of Liverpool. Oh man, this can't. Again, this cannot be good for Liverpool. You have to have some kind of worry, in my opinion. Maybe you get to spend a little bit of money, or a lot of it, but even then, it's like, what direction are you going with? Because it's been proven that you can't just spend a bunch of money. Liverpool proved it that you can't just spend a bunch of money on players and win the title.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just because FSG famously isn't like well initially they were like very what you expect like from like the new owners like of like rich heavy and bringing a lot of money because that's what they initially brought to the Boston Red Sox because that's like I think the first one they bought and then Liverpool they didn't immediately inject money like that but they like were steady buys and then especially last summer but they've been actually like starting to cut back on it because I know in the Boston Red Sox they're very budget friendly now or like very conscious. So they've been cutting back on spending there. I think especially recently because they were funding for the last year's Liverpool summer because they hadn't been spending like that. And so I guess they're just trying to get someone else to spend money because they just don't want to. Because I think they're cash strapped or something like that.
That's difficult. That's difficult. But who knows if this acquisition goes through? Like maybe say that this transfer window, which I think it's unlikely. Um, we'll see if they get active and how active they do get, and what kind of players they're
Well,
trying to attract.
well, I don't know if they can because remember the new where's it FPL rules? Not FPL. Where's is it FPL or is
Something.
that just the fence?
I'm not sure.
But it's like the new rules because that's why also why Newcastle famously can't spend any money even though they have like the richest owners in the world.
Well, that is true, but
'Cause
it's the Premier League. They'll get away with it. It's the Super League, my bad.
unless the only way I could see about it because they remember they have to be able to be making money to be able to spend. So I think because even no, because I was gonna say maybe they could get like the Amazon across the shirt and be like a big sponsor, like oh, them
Yeah.
giving them like 100 mil a year. But Newcastle tried that. They put it literally. I think they put it on the shirt like Saudi Arabia, and they're like, oh yeah, they're giving us 100 mil per year to have that on the thing, and then the court ruled that it's not illegal. It's not legal. It's it's illegal. It's just like cooking the books.
Yeah, that's
So
what
maybe
pretty
another.
much Man City's getting charged for as well because of the Etihad sponsorship and the Etihad stores. They were claiming it was like X amount of sales, but in reality, it was like fabricated numbers. Maybe they like I think it was kind of like money laundering allegedly. It's like
Yeah.
they open an Etihad store, it's always empty, but somehow it has a bunch of sales. So it's like pretty much themselves buying the product and just recycling and saying it is. It's like whatever. Like they're just making a bunch of money. So yeah, that sponsorship money is insane. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to find a way around it though.
Well, I mean, maybe they'll let Liverpool get around it because they are the big clubs, and they
Mm-hmm.
just let the big clubs do whatever. It's just usually like they're just trying to keep the like where is it the status quo
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't allow Newcastle to join in. Because if not, Newcastle should have been spending like 4 years ago.
Yeah. Again, that'll be an interesting ruling, and maybe they do allow it, and they'll like eventually charge them for it, and it's like a 5 year process. But by then,
Who
again,
cares? They got the
like the Man City thing, it's been ongoing for a couple of years now.
yeah,
So
and then by that point, it's like the squad's such in a good shape that like momentum has carried over. Where like it, players will want to go there no matter what.
yeah, exactly. Like, what, you're gonna give me a transfer ban? All right, I just bought like 7 players before I get banned. I'm fine.
So
Interesting. Nonetheless, let us know, Liverpool fans, what you think of it. Jeff Bezos, your new owner. Careful, he might send a. um, what else do we have in the books?
uh, oops, something else was there.
Oh my god, I thought about it.
There was something. You know what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, because I
There's
literally
like
said it. It was a
yeah,
FIFA, Mexico, Argentina,
it was Liverpool, Bezos.
Marseille.
What other drama thing was there?
I mean, if you want to get into gossip, there's that whole drama going on with Lamine Yamal and his girlfriend.
Oh, I've not heard that one.
That you know how he was like in a relationship, or whatever.
Oh,
He
the
went to
what?
Colombia.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he got caught on the boat with someone else, with another woman. So there's allegeds that that's going on. I don't really care. It just keeps coming up on my feed. I'm like, bro, I could care less. It sucks
It's
if he
funny
did
'cause
that.
it's funny because he's just going out, going crazy. But it was funny. That's funny to hear because there was also like a recent interview he did where it's like, yeah, my girlfriend's like the most beautiful girl in the world. Like, have you seen? He does that.
I know. Again, he's a douche if he did do that.
Oh.
That's insane. But yeah, that's been going around. Transfer news, if you want to get into that, there's a couple of Barca ones. The biggest one is probably Rodri going to Barcelona.
Didn't we talk about that last week?
No, we didn't. It happened midweek. That's when I sent it to you.
No, no, no. It happened last week.
No, I swear to God. Look, let me.
I swear we talked about it last week.
There was rumors, but I said it. That we were like saying that pretty much he was gonna go to Real Madrid.
No, I swear we
Yeah,
talked about it last week.
Thursday.
I swear we talked about it last week.
Thursday's when it happened.
I swear I remember talking about it last week.
Yeah, because I sent you a message, like the tweet of Fabricio, and then I sent a message saying like took your boy on Thursday.
Yeah, I swear we talked about it last week. Because you asked me how I felt about it now.
Yeah, I felt about him going to Real Madrid because everything was pointing for him to go to Real Madrid.
Well, I swear we thought. I don't know.
And I was kind of worried for him to go to Real Madrid because I think he would have helped out with the locker room and leadership that they need. But him going to Barca, dub.
Did we not talk about it?
No, again, we talked about it, but it was going to Madrid, not to Barca.
No, no, no. Afterwards, I swear we talked. I think we just talked about it off recording.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm just remembering that.
we were like talking about how unlikely it is for him to switch to Barca because apparently he was like in love with Madrid, this and that. All rumors, and then Barca shows interest and he goes to Barca, which I had a feeling it might happen because I know Man City and Barcelona. Man City has a bunch of ex-Barcelona representatives. Cheeky being one of the biggest ones. I don't think he's still there, but there's other like people in the board that have past Barcelona relationships. So yeah, it was bound to happen. And then Pep Guardiola also pushed for Rodri to join Barcelona as well. So
We talked about it on like Friday or Saturday. We're
Uh,
just off recording.
yeah, it's when we played League of Legends. We played the
Yeah,
rank.
I was like, because I was like, I swear we talked about it.
That was what, Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah, I swear we talked about it.
But huge dub. Take the L, Jesse. That's a perfect. I think that was a good move for Real Madrid. It's very interesting that Barcelona was getting him.
I think, well, there's a whole problem because, well, the reason it happened was because Real Madrid was just delaying it, like, because they had agreed personal terms, and then they were just negotiating with Man City, who also want a lot of money for him. Because you guys are finding out of negotiating that they want 80 mil, and you guys are offering 40 mil.
No, it's at 70, and everything's wrapping up already.
Yeah, and there was that, but then also Florentino Perez was not sold on him. He's had problems that he was linked with Riquelme, who he was running against, so he didn't like that. So there was that delay because they had to convince him, and he was like that. And then they put the deal on a back burner so they could sign Yan Diomande and was it someone else?
No, it was the Monday, the huge saga that was going on because of the. That's
Yeah,
what we talked about last week.
yeah. It was like they put the back burner for that because well, also SB was signed after that as well,
But that one was a
and
quick
they're
one.
like, yeah. But he's like, oh, but that was also what annoyed him. They finished SB like in a day because he was linked like in
Within
the
hours,
afternoon,
not
and
even a day, dude. This is insane.
yeah, they finished that quick. So he got annoyed that happens. Like, you guys have put my deal on hold for like 2 weeks because it was like right after the World Cup ended that he was linked with us, and then finally you guys came in with a proposal, and he's like, fuck it, because he's afterwards he said I wanted to go to Spain. I never said anything about going to Madrid.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back to Spain.
No, I think you're right. I think he did. I think he was gonna go to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
He's from Madrid. He played in Atletico Madrid, which again, the most
Well, he
insane thing.
is he from Madrid? Because
Yeah,
he
he
came
is.
up in Villarreal
He came up in Villarreal, which that's when
and then went to Atletico Madrid.
and it's crazy too because I always thought Rodri was a perfect Busquets replacement when he went to when he was in Villarreal, and I thought we should have bought him then. And then out of nowhere, Atletico Madrid buys him, stays with them for one season, and then goes to Man City.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he just thrives there. But yeah, again, surprised Barca has him. I think he would have fit well in Madrid because that's what they kind of need. They need someone else, like a good defensive midfielder. Because Chouameni, while he's good, he's not what they need at the moment, in my opinion. He's more of a
I think
disruptive.
it's not defensive, not just like defensive middle. I don't think it's that. I think it's he controls the tempo of the team, and that's what's missing on Real Madrid. And also, like previously mentioned, like his leadership ability would have helped the team a lot because I feel like that was something that was lacking. But it's like his tempo control would have really helped because that's what sort of like he's missed. Like what's been missing is that a linking piece between midfield and defense, and then from there to midfield to offense,
Yeah,
and he would fit that really well. But I was telling you, even though like that sucks, I don't mind missing Rodri per se. I feel like he would have been a good stopgap for a couple of years. I'm just upset that they just haven't filled the role. Because if you miss out on Rodri and you find like a player that could fill that role, I wouldn't be upset about it. But what I'm upset about is that it's been how many years now that we've had this problem, and now there was a seemingly solution, and then you just let it go again.
yeah. Again,
For
just for them taking their time and not having any urgency. Was for like a position in need. You signed a winger
yeah,
instead of signing the guy you need.
yeah, a luxury guy, because there was no need to get Yan Diomande. It was a luxury player. Like I'm not saying he's bad or anything like that. Like I think he's a good player, but it's not what was needed.
No. And again, very interesting. That's why I'm like, you guys could sign Diomande. Like, it makes sense. He's fantastic. I think he's gonna be a great player in the future. But why sign an attacker when you already have Vinicius, Mbappe, Jude, Guler, Endrick, who just got announced that he's staying. You signed SP again, striker, but still an offensive player. Brahim Diaz, Rodrigo.
Yes.
It's congested.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I don't understand. And plus, to make it even worse, there's Alex Hiria right now who's lighting up the preseason, a young player, and he's playing really well. And it's like, again, like why? Like there was a need, and you just completely neglected it, and now it's gone to our biggest rivals in Barcelona, confounding again midfield control for them, which you guys needed with Frankie de Jong being injured. But I think I told you on Saturday again. It was I think it helps you in the present. I think it's like a massive upgrade, but I also think it hinders the future because I think it stunts Bernal's growth. Because I just think he needs game time.
Yeah, me too. But I think it's helpful for him because Rodri and Bernal kind of have a similar like physical attributes. They move the same. They have both like tempo kind of guys. I think it helps them. I think the biggest thing that Barca got him was for Frankie De Jong because he has a knee injury, which they keep advising him to get surgery for, but he doesn't want to. So he's just doing a natural recovery process. So I think they got Rodri to have him as an insurance, and not even insurance, but like just in case De Jong's injury gets worse, because we've had that before. Umtiti is probably the biggest prime example of it. Like World Cup, played through injury. They advised him to get surgery. He didn't do it, and then his career just went downhill after the World Cup. So I think they're like, well, we learned our lesson. He doesn't want to get surgery. All right, we're gonna get another midfielder that's that equal caliber, if not higher. But yeah, it's the midfield's already congested. I know Casado's leaving. There's rumors that what's it called? Dani Olmo is wanted at Liverpool, so that might happen. Which again, I'm not opposed to it. I think it probably helps us a lot, and then it's also Premier League money, so you probably goes for what we bought him for. But yeah, I think that Rodri is a huge piece for Barcelona because again, it's more leadership that they needed. Because last season, Rafinha kept getting hurt. You missed the leadership. Now with Rodri, in case Rafinha does get hurt, he's gonna be the vocal leader.
Yeah, the only thing I think Barca hopes is that his injury woes are past him.
Yeah.
Because I know that he picked up a knock with or like he had like back surgery. It's not supposed to be anything major, but it is worrying that he did get a back injury and he's like having to work through that. Plus, he's no longer like he's not young. He is like 30, 31. So they do hope that goes away. But I also think for Barca, I think it's just been also a bright spot on a bad transfer window, considering like a lot of needs have not been fulfilled. Like they were going for a right back, hasn't worked out. Um, they're trying to get a striker, but then the Julian Alvarez saga has like made it worse for you guys because it's like dragging on for so long that it's also causing you guys to miss on like other potential like alternatives, and now are having to pivot to Lautaro Martinez, who I think you guys didn't really want to go for. I think you guys were going for a different profile. And then also, it doesn't help now that Rooney Bargi also tore his ACL.
But he was on his way out. Apparently, there was a rumor that what's it called? Ajax made a 20 million euro bid.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you guys were gonna do the Real Madrid because you guys were trying to get the Real Madrid
the buyback clause.
transfer pro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you guys were gonna sell him, get the like 50% rights, and then the buyback clause. But with this, it just hinders that.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I think he was just trying to prove a point because clearly you're left out of the squad. You're trying to show why you should probably stay, and it's an unfortunate thing. But as far as the right back thing, I think it's covered already. Xavi Sparta, who's he's a huge Hansi Flick guy. I think he's staying, so Hector Fort is gonna get sold. The Joao Cancelo thing is still going on. They're still negotiating with them with Al Hilal, which again it should have been done a while ago, but I don't know why it's dragging on. And the biggest one is the striker one because again Julian Alvarez apparently today is like telling his teammates he's fed up, that he wants to move, to not count on him. But the Atletico Madrid board, they keep dodging him because remember how they said that they promised him a meeting on the 10th of August. It's the 10th of August, and those board members are off on vacation. So we'll see what happens with the saga.
I think the saga is just not going to end this year. I think it's going to keep on going throughout the year. But I just think it puts both teams in a bad situation because Atletico Madrid's going to be with this disgruntled player, and then Barca's spent a good amount of the summer transfer window going for a player and then not ending up with him and then looking for a replacement.
Yeah, as far as the Lautaro Martinez transfer, I don't mind it. I think he's a really good player. I think he's kind of underrated. International football is a different thing. But he actually didn't have a horrible tournament this past World Cup. But again, he's a player that scored 20 plus goals in Serie A. He's a player that scored, 9 plus goals in Champions Leagues before. So again, it's a player. That's what we need. We just need a goal scorer, a consistent one. We haven't had one since Lewandowski, and again, he was in the later half of his career already. So I don't think it'll be a bad transfer, but it all depends on the fee as well, and if Inter Milan is gonna be willing to let him go.
Especially at this late in the summer where there's like replacements are going to be costing a lot more, especially now when people know that you have money from that transfer window. They just up the price, which is makes it harder to get
Yeah,
a suitable replacement.
that's true. That's why I think if they are gonna pivot from Julian, it has to be now because more than likely they'll be willing to let him go right now, Lautaro, compared to like in the last week of the window. Like last week of the window, they're gonna ask for a hefty price because again they have to themselves they have to find a replacement for him.
Yeah, because we saw that last year with like Liverpool and Mark Guehi. Like the Liverpool went in for him so last minute that Chris was like, no, we're not going to do the deal. We can't. We don't have time to find, or we don't have time to find him a replacement for him.
Yeah.
Especially at deadline day, it's like, yeah, that's not happening. Like teams will like straight out refuse no matter how much money you offer for because they don't have a replacement. Similar to like the Rodri case, like the Man City has also sort of delayed that because they're also trying to buy Boadi to be his replacement.
Yeah, they want to have that lined up before they let him go too. So that's why I think like the fee for Rodri was already in place, but again, Man City strategically probably delaying the transfer so they could get this moving before they're like, oh, you have money, you just sold one of your best players, give us more, you know. It's kind of like the Yan Diamonde thing, which by the way, the Anselmi deal fell through because of he failed his medical.
Yeah,
and crazy. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, Araujo is out of Barcelona.
oh yeah, I forgot about it.
Yeah, that's. I think that was a surprise transfer. No one saw that coming. Um, Liverpool in desperate need of a center back. They took
Yeah,
Araujo on loan.
yeah, I think I was telling you. Yeah, it's just their center back group is very
Thin.
how should I say it? Thin, suspect. Like the players don't bring you a lot of confidence, which is not what you want from your center backs because you have old man Van Dijk who is a shell of himself. You have Jeremy Jacket, who is coming off a long-term injury, who is his first time in the Premier League, coming from Ligue 1. Then you have Leone, who's coming from Serie A, who is like 19 years old, so very young, very in development stages, and also is coming off an ACL injury. Joe Gomez as your fourth center back, who just picked up an injury,
And it's
and it's
constantly
like
injured.
no, yeah, so no reliability there. So now you have to get someone, and I guess they went with Araujo, and he's a center back. Like, yeah, he's a body.
And when he did have a consistent playing time, consistency throughout his campaign, he was a fantastic center back. I think everyone points back to the 23 season. It was fantastic, but again, he's a player that relies a lot on confidence. If his confidence is low, it's chalk. But I think it's beneficial for him to going to the Premier League because he's not going to have to be a ball playing center back as much. He could literally just hand it off to Van Dijk.
And plus, also, I think at this point, fans aren't expecting him the same way. He's like the pressure's not gonna be the same as it was in Barca, especially now that his like name value has dropped quite a bit. So him going to Liverpool, I don't think people are gonna expect the same from him. Sort of more of like a backup role. And then I also think Liverpool went for him because he can also play right back. He has a physicality for it, especially with like Frimpong last year being very injury prone, and then also Connor Cody coming off an ACL injury. I think they also just wanted him for his ability to play there as well.
Plus, he has all the physical attributes that every Premier League fan. I was about to say something. Every Premier League fan like raves about. So again, it helps out. But yeah, for Liverpool to take him on and just pay off his full wages is great. There is an option to buy at the end of the season. It's not mandatory. It's 55 million euros, which will be interesting to see what he does. Say he does have a fantastic season. Maybe Barca tells him like, hey, don't. They're gonna trigger your clause. Don't go with it. Stay with us. Or if anything, Barca might be like, oh, don't take it. They want to buy you. They're gonna have to buy you for more. But I don't know
And if
how
it goes bad, they're just gonna be like, please convince them to take it.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna try to ship him back.
Like, no. Your visa's been revoked in Spain. You got to stay there.
That'll be funny. But no, I think he's gonna do well in the Premier League. To be honest, it's consistent playing time. It's what he wants. And even last season, um, he wasn't hurt. It was that confidence thing. He was like out for 2 months, and they didn't let him play.
Yeah, then he went and took a trip to
A foreign nation. Yeah.
foreign nation to gain confidence.
But it helped him. He gained confidence, and he played pretty well. So I guess that spiritual journey helped him after all. But
Oh,
any other
man,
transfers? The Gumarais, we already talked about him, right? But it's kind of official now.
Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes to
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Another.
Yeah, great signing for them, dude. Another CDM. Like,
They're stacking them, dude. They might have a full CDM squad at the end of this, like in like 2 years or something. I don't know.
yeah, it's so dumb because they've needed like
No,
we
no,
all know
let
what
them
they're
cook, Jesse. Let them cook.
and then it's so annoying because I see their fans and they're like, yeah, but we're the champions of England.
All right, buddy.
It's like, oh, like shut up, shut up.
The Bradley Barcola deal hasn't gone through.
With Liverpool,
No.
no. And also, I want to say I still don't understand that one because they need a new right winger to replace Salah, and he's a left winger.
And they
And
just
then they're
got
like, oh,
Victor Munoz too.
yeah, who again preferably plays on the left, can play on the right, but prefers left. And then they were talking about putting Godi Kakpo there, but I'm again also a left winger, likes to cut in and shoot. Like, I don't understand why they're getting that Chelsea problem.
The reason I bring up Bradley Barcola is because now Arsenal's throwing their head into the mix, which I think it might be a decent buy for them, to be honest, because
Well,
it's definitely an upgrade.
they need an upgrade in left wing because remember how they were dancing for Vin. That was the funniest thing because Arsenal fans were dancing so much for Vinny. They're even saying, "I promise you, the number 7. I'll go personally and take it off Saka and give it to you." The way they turned on their star boy was hilarious.
Anything, bro. Now they ended up with Bradley again. Bradley Barcola's not bad for them, in my opinion, but they're gonna have to pay a hefty fine. Not fine, but yeah, price tag. Um, who else? Cody Gakpo, rumored to go to Tottenham.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to make space because remember they still have what's his name, Rio, the youngster, the Liverpool youngster that's
Ngomua,
also
yeah.
left wing. Yeah, and I'm like, they have so many left wingers, they need space, and especially for him, they should develop him because he showed that he has star potential.
Definitely does. Yudes has also been linked to Arsenal, but I think Arsenal, I think they might go for Bradley Barcola. They'll probably be easier to take him. Clearly, it'll be easier to take him off PSG's hands than Yildiz, you know?
Yeah, because I think if Yildiz leaves, the Juventus fans will burn down the stadium.
Yeah. And surprising transfer, the Sporting to Nottingham Forest, Ousmane Diamonde, a promising center back, goes to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I
Surprising.
think that was just Premier League money.
Yeah.
Again, he was linked to so many clubs and he like showed good showings. I'm like, I don't know why big clubs aren't going for him.
Real Madrid was linked to him.
Yeah.
Insane. But I think that's all I have for transfers.
Another baffling one, Lucas Digne to PSG. Why is PSG going for
It's
Lucas?
because he played in the French national team for the World Cup, Jesse. He was a consistent starter.
Yeah, it still doesn't explain anything to me.
It's a favor, I guess. Anything else?
Thiago Almada was sold by Atletico Madrid somehow. They sold him to River Plate.
And I'm surprised the River Plate has that kind of money. They bought him for like 25 million euros.
Yeah, I think the FA let them borrow money.
Probably the money that's missing. But no, like I think Thiago Almada it's kind of a failed project. He has to go back and show his level that he's a good player. He's gonna have a good career. So again, I'm surprised he went to River Plate instead of going to like another European team. But
Well, even I'm surprised he didn't go back to the MLS because that's where he had his best showing, didn't he?
yeah, he did. Was it?
I want to say because I feel like right. That's what I was thinking. I feel like he was in MLS.
I think so. Yeah, he was. He was in Atlanta United. He had
Yeah,
an
that's pretty
interesting
like his
career
best
because
shot.
look, um, was in Vélez Sarsfield, which I'm assuming is an Argentinian club. Went to Atlanta United, did well. Then went to Botafogo. Then he went to on loan to Lyon, who didn't have a great showing, and then we know what happened with Lyon. And
Hmm.
then Atletico Madrid, he got a move there. Again, didn't pan out, and now he's going back to River Plate. Well, Argentina. He's going to River Plate. Okay,
Yeah.
very interesting. But again, maybe he just wants something comfortable, something he recognizes, and again, River Plate being a huge club, it could give him recognition if he does well.
PSG also did sign Magnus Aklichua.
Mm-hmm.
I probably butchered that. The Monaco right winger,
The
who
fee
probably
hasn't been disclosed.
huh?
The fee hasn't been disclosed.
Yeah, I think it was rumored to be between like 70, 80 million. Because he's French, so
Yeah,
that's a new English bumper.
that's true. And it's from a direct competitor too. They just weakened Monaco.
Well, that's what they usually do. I mean, they got Desiree from Rennes, they got Brad Barcola from Lyon. That's what they usually get their players from. They get them from in the league and then just prop them up.
Yeah. Oh man.
But I mean, they had to replenish that forward line because Kang Lee went to
Atletico.
Atletico Madrid. They let go of Giancarlo Ramos to AC Milan, and then who else? Missing someone. Mbaye is linked with the move away, so that's why they're getting him, and then they're also going after Mike Gotts, the winger from Ajax,
Hmm.
the one who
Oh,
they pivoted to from
Goats.
Diamante.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gotts.
But
Is it Mike?
I don't know.
Michael?
But I think that still hasn't been done either.
No, that's also been delayed
Mm-hmm.
because I think Ajax is saying that we need we need time for a
Well,
replacement.
yeah, I think that's why they were going for Rooney Bardghji, but he tore his ACL, so now they're gonna have to pivot to try to get someone else.
Yeah,
And again, like, they're gonna have so much money. Like, what is it, 70 million to 60 million his transfer? So that's a lot, especially for an Eredivisie club.
yeah, and then like we say, there's once people know you have money, they want a premium.
Your boy Masantono, he went to
Well,
Fiorentina.
Fiorentina on loan.
Um,
I
Salah
think it's
went
a
to
good move.
Trabzonspor, went to the Turkish league.
Yeah, it's the big three of Turkey are all in Istanbul,
Yeah,
and then this club's also in Istanbul, and it's the fourth one.
interesting. I know Turkey's like a whole league of its own. I know there's like a bunch of drama and like politics behind their club. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But you got anything else?
Mm, I don't think so.
Luther Bird and injured. He has a groin injury.
Yeah, guys, let me know your fantasy football picks, your sleeper picks, and all that, so I can win.
Have you done a
Let me
mock
know,
draft?
guys. No, because I'm waiting for what position I get to start doing mock drafts. Because
It's gonna happen this Wednesday.
what position I get depends on like what player I'm going after.
That's true. It definitely helps with your mock draft. I was trying to do one today at work and I couldn't. I got too busy. But Weecho did one,
Yeah,
Ray did one, and Chetas did one, and Chetas keep doing you, bro.
dude, I try to just get ready for the 3-peat. What you're gonna do is gonna have to be diabolical if you get a 3-peat.
For
Because
real.
if you end up in the last 3 years in a row, it's gotta keep on. It's gotta get worse.
Who do you think he took the defense first last time? You think he does it again?
Yeah,
He's like the first player to take a defense.
I'm fully expecting him to take the Rams in the second round. Not second round, but like early.
He got Nakua, Hampton, Tucker, Kraft, Travis Etienne, Lamb McConkey, Jaden Daniels, Fernando Mendoza. What? Who's not even starting, by the way. He went back-to-back quarterbacks on his picks. Laporta, Seahawks, DK Metcalf, Brandon Aubrey. Honestly, it's all right, but I'm just giving him shit.
Yeah, because I was talking with Irving about it. And like if depending on like if I'm early round, I'm hoping for like Bijan, JSN, Jameer Gibbs. But if I'm like later in the half, I'm like, I know they're not. There's no way.
Yeah,
they're
you
going.
just kind of have to like. You more than likely, if you're in the later half, you have to focus on who you're get taking on the second round, because
Yeah,
whatever's on the first round is pretty much the leftovers. You know.
yeah. Like that's what falls to you, and then you just gotta focus on where you can get next. That's why I'm like, that's why I'm like, I don't want to do anything because it really does depend on what position I get.
What position do you want? Pause.
Whoa, Jerry.
And draft order.
I don't mind like either early or late because I don't want to be mid, like in the middle, because I feel like at least I could get that back-to-back action pretty closely in like the early and leftover rounds because we do snake, so I could just go back to back. Because I feel like in the middle you're literally just waiting for your pick every single time.
I don't mind. I think I would prefer the middle because, like, I don't have. There's a long wait if you're in the beginning or in the end. There's a long wait, Jesse. So, first season. No, what was it? Last season, I had second half. I think I had 10th pick. And the year
Yeah, it was
before,
right after you.
the year before I had third pick. So, or something like that. But it was an early pick, so I got to see the best of both. So.
Yeah, my worst year was when I was in the middle, so I guess I'm just like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah, you almost lost the chat this year. Mario saved you.
Hey, yeah, dude, I got saved, and then last year I saved him. Remember, literally last game.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you got him back. But yeah, we'll share our fantasy picks if you guys are interested.
Yeah, we'll give you our team name, our teams. We can't say the team names.
But yeah, we're draft orders coming out this Wednesday. I'm assuming it's gonna be like 8 o'clock because I'm going to my parents. So by the time I get back, I'll run it. It's gonna be duck races. Steven wanted to do like the Baconator, whoever eats it first, but I'm like, no, I'm not trying.
That's haram, Jerry. I can't do that.
I'm not trying to have a heart attack.
That's haram. How am I gonna do that? I can't do that. Unless I
Just-
get the unfair advantage of no bacon.
I was gonna say just take off the bacon, put an extra lettuce. You're gonna have to fight that lettuce parasite if anything.
Hey, that'll be fine because you know what? It'll just go out of me real quick.
Yeah, not quickly. It'll be a couple times in the bathroom.
Hey, I'm lactose intolerant, Jerry. I've been there before. I've had my fights.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Jesse and Cherry. We'll end it with that lactose intolerance. Peace.
Peace.